What's up, America? Neil from Geauga Firearms Academy. Thanks for watching. Today I wanted to do a video about our Patreon program, in particular our top tier program, which we call the Warrior Wolf. The reason I want to talk about this is it's really important. I don't think people are getting the understanding of the value in what we actually do here, all right? I realize that it's very difficult with people scheduling, money can be a barrier, so time and money are issues. We can only go so many places throughout the year. We can only hold so many classes. Now, there's no substitute for one-on-one, person-to-person training, but we can get pretty darn close with webinars, with face-to-face, and that's what we do in our top tier. We have many Warrior Wolves that have been with us for a long time. In a few minutes, I'm going to introduce one to you that's been one of our longest. His particular background is in teaching, so I find that his feedback invaluable. Anytime I can get with anyone who's an instructor, a teacher of some sort, no matter what the subject matter, it's always invaluable for us. And so he's helped tweak and change the program to be the best value possible. And so what the program simply is it's you and me, or Kim and yourself, whoever you want with you, and we're going to answer questions. We're going to walk you through things. We talk about techniques. It's one thing where I can see kind of almost hands-on. I can see how you hold a gun, what your draw looks like, things that you want to work on. We can talk about any topics that you want, but it gives me instant one-on-one feedback for you, and we can set that up at very convenient times because it's all done online. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce our Patreon, our Warrior Wolf. So Jason, welcome. Thank you so much for taking your time to do this. Just so everybody knows, how long have you been a Warrior Wolf with us?
I'll have to check. I know that it was sometime around the end of last year, about October or November, when I joined on the Patreon and started having calls. I know that my first call was with Kim, and then the rest of them have been with Neil. They've been extremely valuable. I look forward to them every month. And so I look forward to continuing on with that in the future as well.
And we really appreciate that and all your support. What would you say is the most valuable thing that you've learned from this experience?
To be honest, the most valuable thing that I've gained, it hasn't been just a thing. I've really, as someone who teaches management and leadership, I really see the value in mentoring. So the most valuable thing that I have gained is really a mentoring relationship with someone who's exponentially more experienced at this topic than I am. I'm like a lot of you out there, I'm a big fan of the infotainment, of the YouTube videos. I've watched probably all of Neil and Kim's videos. They're wonderful. I've learned so much from them. But the reality is you get so much more from two-way conversation, two-way teaching. I know that's almost common sense, but it's easy to get lost because there's so much free content out there that's very entertaining. But the idea of just, when you're able to bounce an idea off of a really, really smart person, smart teacher, and get some real-time feedback, and perhaps even be challenged to think about something in a way that you haven't, that's way more valuable. I know that, again, because there's so much free stuff out there, we're so tempted to just not pay for anything. But believe me that this $25 a month that you would spend to do these calls is, way replenishes itself many times over.
Well, that's all good stuff. What would you say to folks who are potentially considering joining this program?
I would tell them to do it. It is well worth it. I don't know from Neil and Kim's perspective, the worst thing is, well, you do it once and you don't do it again. But I mean, I think you'll find that once you have one call, you'll really look forward to the calls each month. You'll come up with a list of questions or things in your training that you've experienced, and you'll be anxious to bounce that stuff off. Neil and Kim, again, I would say $25, it's probably the best $25 that you'll spend as far as firearms training. I know that Neil says all the time that if you spend money, once you have your firearm, spend that money on ammo and training, because it's wonderful to have a safe full of safe queens. But at the end of the day, you want to be able to use them. You want to be able to, not just collect them, but know how to use them for your own benefit.
Yeah, and I hope people get a lot of value out of that. Just to give people kind of an idea, what would you say our average session, like our duration? How long are our sessions that we typically go for?
I would say the sessions are anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, give or take how long the conversation goes. I know that Neil says that he likes to answer every question possible, so I'm sure that there's a way to make the call too long to the point where Neil loses his job and is not able to support the family. But for the most part, again, I look forward to, I plan for about a half hour to an hour. I have questions And then, a lot of times you just kind of see where the conversation goes.
Since you've been in the program for a while, how would you compare this to other channels, other media channels, and like, whether it be phone calls or texting or emails? How would you compare the actual video, the webinar, the one-on-ones?
I know it'll sound kind of corny and academic, but video training is just way richer than any other way of doing it, just because you're able to have a real-time conversation. I live out in Indiana, Neil lives out in Ohio. I could certainly drive out there and get some training, but the reality is, it's not always I'm not always able to do that. So, again, you're able to have some real-time feedback, and plus, when you're texting and stuff, if you want to do, for example, even just some coaching on how to grip a firearm or something like that, you can do that over the camera. The camera, you can get the correct angle. I know that I've practiced drawing from a holster on the camera, and Neil's given me some feedback. So again, kind of goes into that kind of bowl of just there's a lot of stuff that you can get one way on the internet. And a lot of that stuff will be free. All you have to do is pay for your internet subscription. But the reality is that there's no substitute for having one-on-one or person-to-person kind of training. And if you, again, it doesn't mean there's stuff out there that's bad. It just means that it's not two-way communication, and two-way communication is always going to be better. So not sure if that's the best selling point, but it certainly is a good learning point.
All right, Jason, I really appreciate you taking your time and effort to put this out for people. Hopefully it sheds some light on what we do on our Patreon channel, and hopefully bring some value to some more folks out there.
Thanks, Neil and Kim. I appreciate it. Anything I could do to help, I'm happy to reply to any comments on this video or anything. If anybody wants to contact me, I'd be happy to talk to them as well. Okay, thanks and take care.
Until next time, remember, it's always better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6.